So it's all rainy this morning, and I walked out and no paper.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then I backed Ruby out of the garage after, 15, 20 minutes later. Went out to the street and Ruby, which I always enjoy driving Ruby. And guess what? Still no paper. I got no paper this morning.
I'll check on my way back in, Donnie.
It's, I'm going to be forced to watch more YouTube. I just don't know what I'm going to do.
You ready to go, buddy? Yeah, you may be giving Kitty a little love before we leave. All right, but it's time to go, sweetheart. Well, we have just a very slight drizzle coming down right now. We were supposed to get about 1 inch based on one of the food bowls out back for the cats. I would say we have about 3 inches. Yeah, we got a good bit of rain. Good morning, Ruby. Another Valentine's Day theme candle picture today. Lots of hearts and lots of glitter. 6:38 a.m. Not late, not early. Should be on time today. You guys have a good day, okay? I love you.
Love you too. See you later.
Yeah, bye, buddy. Well, it is definitely still raining this morning, but I got the boys dropped off without any problems, and I'm heading my way back to Fuquay now. There's just no real photo ops this morning with a wet windshield and just dark sky up there this morning. So, yeah, just head on back to Fuquay. I need a pack of cream cheese, and it looks like Harris Teeter's open. Before I get out of the car in the rain, I figured I'd make sure. All right, I got what I came for. I was a little disappointed that the only 2 cream cheese choices were Philadelphia and the store brand. I guess I was hoping for Organic Valley. I'm on target today. I have a plan for dinner with a 5 p.m. Taekwondo class. I've got to have a plan. Tonight's going to be cheese stuffed chicken breasts, and I can make them in advance and have Don pop them in the oven while we're at Taekwondo. I talk with people wherever I go. Really nice older gentleman working the front end this morning. He made conversation with me and asked me why I had parked so far away. And I explained that my car was brand new basically and a Tesla, and I just wanted to make sure that nobody parked next to her. And then we had a nice conversation about her being an electric car and what a Tesla is and what that means. And it was great. I love talking to people about the car. The conversations about the car usually go with, so does it have a gas engine too? Well, no, it's not a hybrid. It's full electric. And how far can you go without having to charge? And, about 237, 296 if it's a full charge. And let's see what else. So I tell people that under the hood I have hats and spare clothes and a spare coat, and there's no motor, there's no engine, there's no gasoline engine up there. Yeah. And I explain, they're a little confused about Model X, Model S, that 3 thing they heard about in the news. So I explained SUV, sedan, little sedan. And, how they've brought the price down on the Model 3. And then they ask, well, but what do you do if the battery stops working? And I explained there's an 8-year warranty. And the battery really should still have most of its capacity even after 8 years. But with an 8-year warranty, you can go into a Tesla with no worries. Even a car coming off of a lease, you could buy used and still have the rest of the time the warranty. So yeah, it's a good conversation. I love it when people are interested in the car and almost always have enough time to stop and talk to people about it. So yeah. I think that's the biggest umbrella I've ever seen. A mother and her child waiting at the bus stop. I guess what it was is it was one of those, backyard patio table umbrellas. Hey, it works. I'm starting to look for activity in the hawk nest. I've seen them in the yard a couple times in the past week, but I have not seen them up at the nest yet. They would probably lay their eggs in March, so it's not too far off for them to start sprucing that nest up if they're going to use it again this year. We're talking YouTube EV stuff this morning, and he's talking about
Coulombs.
And he started talking about electrons and energy and
well, I told
battery and
one of the
help.
One of the YouTubers that I watch is New Coulomb, and he has a Chevy Bolt. He got it in December of 2016, a Bolt with a B. He's put like 40,000 miles on this thing in 13 months. He drives the crap out of it, which is good. And he's in California. He goes all over California, and he's pretty much kind of going into Arizona, Nevada. He drives it a lot. So Marianne asked me how to spell Coulomb, and don't ask me now. But anyway, I said
he couldn't spell it, but he knew everything about it in
I told
detail.
Told Marianne that a Coulomb is a number of electrons flowing past a given point in 1 second equals 1 ampere. And she I said it's 6.28 times 10 to the 18th electrons flowing past 1 point in 1 second equals 1 ampere.
I have a degree in math, but the only class in high school I made a B in
big number
was physics. Yeah. And I probably could go back and learn electricity, but since he knows it all, why? So we're talking all this YouTube stuff.
We're making bacon,
We're
girl.
cooking in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm making these cheese stuffed chicken breasts, and he's helping with breakfast, and we're cooking and talking.
Yeah, so one of the things we talked about this morning was that the definition of fast charging or fast DC charging for non-Teslas are changing. That these people with these fast charging networks like EVgo out in California, their current session is 30 minutes. So basically when you plug your car in, they charge you based on a 30-minute session. But now, or supposedly in the next year or two, other cars besides Teslas that are going to be using or wanting fast charging are going to come out, and they're going to have bigger batteries. I think the Jaguar I-Pace is supposed to have a 90 kilowatt hour battery. So if they pull into a CCS fast charger that's currently available in California, they could take probably 90 minutes, because basically those things max out at 50 kilowatts, and of course you can't really get 50 kilowatts out of them. You get like 45 out of them. So you could be there, because they're going to taper off just like everything else. So Tesla, that 120 kilowatt is more practical for a large battery. And back when people designed these DC fast chargers, they were thinking Nissan Leaf, 80 miles, 24 kilowatt battery. Well, a 50 kilowatt charger will charge a 24 kilowatt battery in a half an hour. That's fine. That's not an unreasonable amount of time. But as the batteries get bigger, the DC fast chargers that others have available are going to fall short. Everybody has plans to put bigger, faster DC fast chargers in, and that I'm sure will happen someday. But the whole thing is that means that all these places with DC fast chargers, they'll have to be refitted with the newer, faster DC fast chargers. So it's a do-over. All right, these are ready for Dawn to put in the oven while Johnny and I are at Taekwondo tonight. I'm going to cover them up and put them in the refrigerator. Dawn and I eventually settled down to watch all of our YouTubes. We've been enjoying Micah over in India and his travels this week. That's been cool. So they originally said we were only going to get about an inch of rain, and like I said, I think we got 3. And then they said it was going to be over this morning, and then they changed it to, well, it's going to drag its feet getting out of here. So it's still sprinkling out there, at least 47. It's not, it's not too bad, but it's certainly not great out there either. Well, we made it home without any problems. The kids were pretty talkative in the car though, so I was focused on them. Didn't do any vlogging on the way home today. Hi, Tuxie. How are you? Yeah, you've been having to hang in the garage all day because it's raining. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, buddy, it was going to be a little cold when we came out. Definitely need that jacket.
Definitely.
We're headed to Taekwondo, and it's cooling off out there. So, Johnny, how many steps on your Fitbit Zip for class? He just put it on right before class.
1,598.
Way cool. Let's see. Press the button on my... Oh, there it is. So for the day, I have 4,487. Yeah, my heart rate is still elevated. We worked right up until the end. 98.5 miles today. Ruby says I can go 101 more. Just a reminder, we regularly charge to 80% because I'm never going below 20%, so that works for us. And so Ruby charges to Teslafy is saying 236 and some decimal amount of miles, so we usually say 237 miles. By the time I get in the car in the morning, it's usually down to like 229, 230. That's because mostly we're connected to Teslafy. And, you know, the car sat there for a while, and maybe when Don moved it out and he starts the heater up and the seats and stuff, you know, we lose just a few miles before I leave the driveway. So regularly when I'm pulling down the driveway, it's at like 229 miles, just for, you know, when you're considering the 98.5 that I went and the 101 it says I have left. Where I started with was right this morning when I pulled out of the driveway was 229. All right, here's those chicken breasts all cooked up with the cheese nice and melted on top, and we're serving it with steamed broccoli and some butter.